What's up, guys? I made a video a while back about weight cutting in MMA, and I wanted to make another video because I saw Instagram post the other day. The last couple of days, it was Taporia walking around at 180 pounds and fight. He's the 145-pound champion. Obviously, he's about to move up now, and he's about to fight at 155. But that's 35 pounds of weight. Guys, I've been saying this, and I promise you, this is for the lower level guys. The people in the UFC already know what's up. They already know, the people at that level. But weight cutting is a necessity. I don't care what anybody says. The champion of the world is willing to cut 35 pounds of weight. Alex Pereira was willing to cut 30, 40 pounds of weight to become a world champion at 185 and then 205. These guys are special. These guys have been training there, or well, not Alex Pereira, he's really special, but Taporia's been training his whole life. Most of these guys have been training their entire life for the most part, with the exception of guys that are freak athletes like Alex Pereira is. Most of these guys have been training their entire life, and they still cutting 25, 30, 40 pounds in a 2 month training camp, pretty much. We'll say if the average fighter gets a 2 month notice, 6 to 8 week notice, they're cutting 30 pounds, maybe even more. And I see people in the regional scene that just don't understand it. They don't get it. Here locally, Dallas, Fort Worth, in different areas I've been in throughout the country and trained and stayed for time periods, DC, Maryland, Virginia area as well. People who don't cut weight don't go far unless they're super special and they're just winning on athleticism or power or speed, like athleticism with power and speed. Very fast twitch athletes, maybe super strong people, but the average person out here that's trying to be a fighter, that doesn't have, let's say he's 20 years old and doesn't have 10 years of experience. If you've been training your whole life, things are different. But if you have not been training your whole life and your goal is to try to be in the UFC one day, guys, you got to cut weight. I don't care. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. You have to cut weight. There's too many high level, world class people that are willing to cut the weights. And these guys already have 10 or 15 years more experience than you do if you start at 20 years old or 18, 19 years old. Some of these guys have been training since they were 5 years old. And they're still willing to cut the weight because they understand what it takes. And I see regional guys in regional circuits not willing to cut the weight. Guys, you have to cut weight. You have to cut weight. There's a way to do it. There's a way to be smart about it. It's still not going to be unpleasant. It's going to be miserable. But if your goal is ever to fight in the UFC and you think you're going to fight around it even close to your walk-in weight, you're in for a rude awakening unless you're a freak athlete. And only you know if you're a freak athlete or exceptional. I mean, your coaches and stuff would know also, obviously, and your teammates. But unless you are a freak athlete, the chances of you making it to the UFC and cutting less than, I would say, realistically, I would say 20 pounds, but we'll go lower. We'll say 15. If you're not willing to cut at least 15 pounds in a 6 to 8 week training camp, it's very unlikely you're going to the UFC ever. And I would go as far as say it's probably 20 to 25 pounds. I would say most likely if you're not cutting 20 to 25 pounds, and if you're not willing to do that in a 6 to 8 week time period, you're probably not going to the UFC, guys. There's too many people out there that are too good, too experienced, too well-rounded that are willing to cut the weight. So I figured I'd make another video about that real quick because I just saw that post about Taporia not cutting from 180 all the way down to 145, that he was walking around 180. And let's say when he was fighting at 150, 145, maybe he walked around at 170. That's still 25 pounds. Right there, 25. Like it's just unlikely, guys. I don't care what your Joe Blow random coach that's told you not cutting weight is not good. They've never fought at a high level. Anybody that's going to the UFC or trying to go to the UFC, barring a freak athlete, they're not getting there unless they're willing to cut the weight. So eat clean, exercise, obviously do the work. You have to burn the calories to get the weight down. So you have to train extremely hard. You have to burn calories, but you also need to eat clean. There's so many ways to eat clean, guys. There's so many ways to hire a nutritionist for $30 a month online. Like, they're not going to come out and help you cut weight during fight week or anything like that. But you can get a meal plan in a structure around your schedule, your time, like your training times. Okay, you train 2.5 hours every night. You eat at this time. It'll tell you specific times to eat. There's so many options out here, guys. There's nutritionists that'll do this for $30. And maybe try a couple of them out. This is for the lower level guys coming up. Try to find someone or find a diet or someone that can teach you how to eat clean for a 6 to 8 week training camp, and cut the weight, guys. If you think you're going to a high level without cutting the weight, it's very unlikely unless you're a freak athlete. So figured I'd make another video about that, guys. Cut the weight. If you eat clean, exercise hard, burn the calories, and do what you got to do to make weight. But fighting at a weight class, cutting 10 pounds of weight in a 2-month period is not enough anymore. It's delusion to think that you're going to fight around and be super successful at a high level at your walk around weight. You may be able to beat all the local talent, but you're not doing that at the high level, guys. All right. If you guys got any other subjects you'd like me to talk about, just leave a comment below. And if you're new to martial arts, looking for a gym in your area, get my book, The Ultimate Guide to Choose Your Martial Arts School and Instructor. Link is in the description. Thank you, guys.